So I'm doing the slides this week, this coming Sunday, the 15th of March, but there is a curveball, which we get once or two times a year, and sometimes a little more. We need to do new slides because Doug wants to do a new song, our pastor. He wants to do a song called God with Us. Now, there is a song in our library called God with Us, but this is not the same song. This is a song that's done by All Sons and Daughters. So I have just created the lyrics for it, put it in the Dropbox system. So that took maybe a grand total of a half an hour. He made the lyrics available to the YouTube song, and the lyrics were right there. It's all good to go. So we should be ready tomorrow. See, you throw a curveball, I'm still going to hit it out of the park. I'm like Aaron Judge.
Okay. Sweet and unsweeted tea, check. That was my little contribution to the brunch, and I have my Bible bag ready to go. So I think I'm ready to go. So it's now Monday. Let me just take a look at the time here, 9:27. Yes, I'm on a headset because some of the videos that I have been doing, it's been noted that the audio is not hunky-dory, and I have to adjust it when I put it in Power Director. But Sunday's church service was interesting. We had a woman from Lake County's Women's Clinic, the clinic, speak to us yesterday, and the funds that we collected at church. And there's no shame procedure at church. And we point that out in the announcements. The people that want to collect, there is a box in the back as you enter the church, enter the sanctuary, and you put your money in that. I put $5 in. And the funds collected from the church and the people who don't know who tip at the brunch, it went to Life's Missions. And Eastern Lake County, where I am right now, they're having an OBGYN shortage, and the thinking is that with the advancements in artificial intelligence, women are more likely to get abortions for pregnancies, especially if they don't have the funding for it. And so the pro-life advocates get proactive on their own, and it's like an arms race, but the arms are artificial intelligence. And my church is very pro-life. I was pro-choice when I was younger, and I had relatives that were very staunch pro-life. I had an uncle who passed away a little over a decade ago, who used to go to the Right to Life marches in DC every January. As far as the new song goes, I kind of think it fell flat. We had some errors in the slide. I was going off of the lyrics that YouTube had, or All Sons and Daughters, the group that sang this God With Us song. And another thing to note is sometimes you have pop music, you have songs with the same title, but they're different songs. Like when I was growing up in the '80s, there was Heart and Soul by the Huey Lewis and the News, and there was Heart and Soul by T'Pau, which was a British rock band. Got their name from the priestess in Star Trek who officiates Spock's fight with Captain Kirk. And sometimes, but this also happens in Christian music to a greater degree. And there was a song we already did called God With Us, and this was a different song called God With Us. And I think it kind of fell flat. The song uses contractions, but my pastor wanted to do the song uncontracted, and we had I had a premonition Saturday night about the slides not being right, and I looked at it in Dropbox, and it was in two different fonts. So I got to my computer like 10 o'clock at night the night before, fixed that. The sequencing wasn't exactly right, because our pastor just uses how the song is enunciated as a foundation, and then he kind of does his own thing. So other than that, it went well. We did it. It was the third song in worship, and then when he was done with the sermon, he went back to it. Hopefully, we'll do it again. But he's deleted the file, so if we do it again, and I might not be in charge of doing that. So we have that to look forward to in future weeks. Maybe he'll just discontinue it. Might not be the worst thing in the world for that to happen, but we'll see. So I hope you enjoyed this abbreviated Pauly perspective. We'll do it every week. Life with Ella will be coming to you April 1st, and it won't be an April Fool's joke. In fact, I have to do some recordings for that. Probably try to do some today. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video. We will be back at some point soon. No later than next week, but we'll see. Bye-bye for now, everybody.